In the dimly lit town of Ravens Hollow, where shadows seemed to dance to an eerie melody, stood an old pizzeria known as Mystic Slices. Legend had it that beneath its creaking floorboards lay a portal to the underworld. Thomas, a timid pizza delivery guy, found himself assigned to the ominous address of 13 Blackthorn Lane. As he approached the decrepit house, an unsettling feeling clawed at his spine. The wind whispered through the gnarled branches, creating ghostly murmurs that sent shivers down Thomas's spine. He hesitated but pressed the rusty doorbell, its ominous echo resonating through the haunted silence. The door creaked open, revealing a stooped figure cloaked in shadows. The mysterious customer handed Thomas a tattered bill and vanished into the darkness. Ignoring the unsettling atmosphere, Thomas fumbled with the worn map provided by Mystic Slices, leading him to the basement entrance around the back. Descending the rickety stairs, a chill crept into the air, and the smell of decay wafted through the dimly lit corridor. The flickering light barely illuminated the worn walls adorned with strange symbols. Thomas shivered, but the aroma of pizza lingered, pulling him deeper into the labyrinthine passages. A distant whisper echoed through the corridor, sending a cold shudder down his spine. Suddenly, the pizza box in his hands began to emit an otherworldly glow, casting eerie shadows on the walls. As he continued, the walls seemed to pulse with an unsettling energy, and Thomas questioned whether he had stumbled into a nightmare. Abruptly, the corridor led to a vast chamber adorned with ancient occult symbols. In the center stood a bizarre altar, and around it, shadowy figures clad in tattered robes swayed in a macabre dance. Panic gripped Thomas as he realized he had unwittingly become part of a sinister ritual. Desperation urged him to retreat, but the entrance vanished, leaving only the haunting echoes of his footsteps. The cultists turned their hollow gazes toward him, and the air thickened with an oppressive force. Thomas clutched the pizza box, his lifeline in this surreal nightmare. A ghastly voice resonated from the shadows, revealing the sinister intent behind the unholy gathering. They sought to summon an ancient entity known as the Hungry One, by offering a sacrificial pizza with cursed ingredients. Thomas's delivery was not an ordinary one, it was a gateway for unspeakable horrors. As the ritual reached its climax, the altar pulsated with malevolent energy. The pizza in Thomas's hands writhed with unnatural life, morphing into a grotesque form that seemed to hunger for more than just toppings. Dread filled him as the room darkened, and the air grew thick with an ominous aura. With each passing moment, the veil between worlds thinned, and a monstrous entity emerged from the shadows. The Hungry One, a grotesque amalgamation of pizza and malevolence, towered over the cultists. Its eyes glowed with an insatiable hunger that fixated on Thomas. Paralyzed with fear, Thomas witnessed the spectral figure lurching toward him. The cultists, oblivious to the impending doom, continued their chant, their faces twisted in ecstasy. The room pulsated with dark energy, and the air became suffocating. Summoning every ounce of courage, Thomas hurled the cursed pizza at the monstrous entity. The pizza, infused with dark magic, collided with the Hungry One, causing a cataclysmic reaction. The chamber convulsed as the entity wailed in agony, its form contorting in grotesque spasms. The cultists, now aware of the chaos, panicked as the ritual unraveled before their eyes. The shadows recoiled, and the oppressive atmosphere lifted. The twisted dimension that had fused with the pizzeria began to collapse. In the midst of the chaos, Thomas seized the opportunity to escape. Racing through the collapsing corridors, he navigated the labyrinthine passages until he emerged into the night air of Ravens Hollow. The pizzeria, once a gateway to the underworld, crumbled behind him, leaving only an empty void. Exhausted and bewildered, Thomas stumbled into the moonlit streets, haunted by the harrowing experience. The legend of Mystic Slices would forever linger in his nightmares, a tale of a pizza delivery that opened a portal to a realm of unimaginable horrors.